girls. Some walk barefoot. Others are privileged with school shoes. Folding socks like pages, thick with information, they shuffle to school in groups. En route is a girl army of troops, loaded with books, the hard cover. A marginalized spine of a girl child whose body's been written out of cloth, bookmarked in a chapter, saving her for later. Marriage turned to prey grounds for underaged wives who see the clock as a merry-go-round where the hands of time swing, long arms to grab her youth, daddy feet, jumping castles to fetch her inner laughter, giggling in childhood. She's raised to play house in a grown-up yard where babies are stuck in the mud whilst men play groping touches with their developing parts. Little girls transformed into toys for adults, fingers too small for rings, can't be ringing wedding bells. You can't French kiss a mouth that opens big enough for baby bites. You can't walk down the aisle with a child whose first vow must be said inside school grounds. The road that refines you is coarse, camaraderie of Nepal. You're coloring floors with pastel scrubs because the image of your life is a chore. You're way too young to be sold for. Your lessons are dirty dishes and rust, and wiping yourself from your master's dirty mouth. Read between her spattering lines. Your body is literate enough to travel with light. Your legs, Malala, are tiny little alphabets pronouncing big steps. You are a big word. The universe drops its jaws to recite. The baggage in your tiny little body is heavy with meaning, packed with courage twice the size of your targeted skull. Amina, hatched before your time, laid too soon. There are many eggs growing in battlefields like you, with genetically modified wombs enlarged too soon. Minor, you are growing bigger than the life inside you. Minor, there is life at the end of your tunnel, where mines dump people like waste in Peru, but Senna refuses to decay. She's extracting gold from pieces of her growing mold and grinding it into poems. She's digging out the dirt from her garbage she calls home. Her tongue is a shovel, exhuming her father's lost words from her grave body, where his late memory rests with ease as she fulfills his late dreams. The early, robust life in Wadley wakes me. You are an earthquake in Haiti, shaking the morning dust from a country that is grieving. Your breath is a breeze that is healing, exhaling from a war in Sierra Leone. There is a lung on air, tuned into her strength. The radio shows her channeling airwaves in uniform. This pupil dilates at her desk, where she sits like a bad habit with good reason, like the reason I write these poems. We carry words like lanterns, recharging breaths, running out of air. There is a man running out of hope. He holds the day at gunpoint. There is gunpowder in the dust. Bloody residue is the odor of our good morning grass. The afternoon has a bitter taste in its lunch. It's the stench of a decaying soul begging you for your crumbs. His body is stale. He's running out of crust. The core of his insides are wilting. So he sells his children just to feed his demons, whilst hearts attack each other in Egypt. People held under cardiac arrest for breathing. What's your excuse for giving up on life in Ethiopia? A man is just about to give up his farm in a resistance to plow his baby sister's hands in marriage. There are acres of love growing in hearts like plants. Water the seeds for the deflowered generations to come. Do this for the little ones. Okay.